Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Brittney Yvonne, and we can just move past the fact that I got a camera and have not used it in a month. Don't have to talk about it. But anyway, on today's video, I wanted to go ahead and, you see the title. Everybody needs some Netflix recommendations. I know I always look for some type of Netflix recommendations because you can never go wrong. You can always use something, to add to your list, come back to when you're looking for something to watch on Netflix and you don't have anything. So today I'll be sharing with you guys what I've recently watched on Netflix and what I'm currently watching. I actually am not currently watching anything at the moment because I'm getting into another show that I've been watching, and that'll be on the next part of this video. But for today, I'll just be going through the Netflix stuff that I recommend. So I have a list here. Not sure if you can see it, but not too long, but not too short. Kind of just right in the middle, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just going to go through here. I do have a mix of both movies, TV shows, and I have a few anime up here for all of my anime watchers. I'm also an anime watcher. So, while you're here and you watch anime, just go ahead and leave me some recommendations. I already have a 2-3 page list of animes that I need to watch or finish, but you can never go wrong with any more, so go ahead and leave them down below if you have them. I have the first show that I have is The Sinner. It's a TV show. It was a series, had 3 seasons, and each season went on, each season was about a character in the show. I can't really explain it because it's been a little bit since I watched it, but it was more like a crime show, detective. I don't know, but it was really good and I definitely recommend it. The next one I have on my list, we've all probably seen. If you haven't seen it, go ahead and get with the program. Ayoo. That had 2 seasons, I believe, and we're still waiting for the 3rd one. It said 2021. We're almost in May, baby, where you at? But anyways, Ayoo is a really good one. That was also kind of, Joe was crazy. I don't even know I don't know. It makes me think of Dexter. I've been watching Dexter lately, and that's what it makes me think of, except Dexter is 10 times worse than Joe. But, this 3rd season coming up, you don't know. He might. I'm gonna just leave it at that. You don't even know. Okay, so the next one I have on my list is Supernatural. Now, Supernatural has 13, 14 seasons, 15 maybe? I don't know, it didn't make it that far. But I watched Supernatural faithfully until about this 6th season, and I didn't know this until maybe around season 4, but my friend who also watched the show said that season 5, I believe, or season 6, the show got new writers and the show took a turn for the worst. And I didn't believe her at first until I stopped watching the show. It just wasn't catching your attention like that. But if you are interested in watching it or started watching it, go ahead and watch it. It's still a good show. Dean and Sam are the guys, but the writers messed that one up, y'all. I'm sorry. Next one I have is also a familiar favorite. I believe so. A lot of people don't like this show. The next one I have is Stranger Things. Waiting for the new season. Where we at? But Stranger Things, I feel like, you can't go wrong with Stranger Things. It's good. Okay, the next one I have is Grey's Anatomy, also another familiar favorite. I'm not gonna lie to you though, it took me about a good 3 times to actually start watching Grey's Anatomy. I watched it the first time and I was like, okay. I had a coworker tell me to watch it, and I was like, I'll try. It is on Netflix, but then I watched it and I was just like, and then a couple times later I watched maybe the first 5 episodes and I was like, and then I came back and watched it and I was like, why didn't I start this sooner? It's like, but you did, love, you just didn't continue. But that was a really good one. I don't even know what season they're on now. I got caught up to season 14, and after that next one I have is a movie. Oh, that's the first movie. Okay. So the next one I have is a movie. It is called Dark Skies. It's not an alien invasion movie, but it's kind of like an alien invasion movie. And that's what I'm going to say. The next one I have is called Brain on Fire. It was based off a true story, which made it really interesting. But it was about this girl who, to everybody else, it looked like she was going crazy, but she was having a, I don't want to say disorder, but it was something going on inside that was making the outside look crazy. I don't know, but it was a really good movie. And yeah, and I think it was something about the doctors, like she went to doctors, but nobody, could tell what was wrong with her. They just dubbed her as crazy, tried to put her on medications. But it just took that one doctor to, see the light of day and actually help her. So that was a really good movie, and it was based off a true story. So I highly recommend that one. Next one I have is kind of an older movie, but The Impossible was a really good movie. A little Tom Holland, but it was really good. And that was also based off a true story, which I do find very interesting. To be on vacation and to just be chilling, and then something so life-changing happened. Like you never would guess that you would go to some island for vacation and then a huge tsunami hits that changes your life forever. You would never know. So that was a really good one. All right, the next one I have is a show, and it's called Raising Dion. I watched this. I think it still only just has one season. Again, patiently waiting for the new season. I want to hear that about pretty much all the shows I talk about. Like, where's the new season, baby? Where we're sad? Like, I mean, come on. And Dion was a really good one. It was about this little kid who had not psychic abilities, but he kind of had, and not supernatural either. I don't know. He had some powers. That sounds so bad, but he had like telekinesis. He could speed, like instant transmit, stuff like that. I don't really know how to explain it, but it was a really good movie, and it was a really good show, and I highly recommend it. Okay, the next one I have is the OA. It's also a show. It had 2 parts. There would have been a third, but Netflix just didn't understand. Netflix just didn't get the memo. The OA stands for Original Angel. It was about a show that, dealt with near-death experiences, and, talking with angels and coming back, like dying and coming, not dying. Yeah, dying and coming back in another time or something. It was really good. I was there. I loved all the cast. Everybody was great. Netflix just... Okay, the next one I have is a movie called Before I Wake. I believe this is still on Netflix. I watched it a while ago, but that was a really good movie. It was about a little boy who also had kind of had like some powers or something. I don't really know how to explain it. But he was basing it off of his dying mother who passed from cancer, I believe, and whatever he would dream would come a reality, I think. It's been a little bit since I watched it, like I said, but it was also a really good movie. Okay, the next one I have is a show called Haunted. It's where a group of people, family members, friends, or anybody just sit in a circle and they share their experiences with the supernatural. Just sit around in a circle and talk about their supernatural experiences, like if they traveled somewhere, this happened to them, or they lived here for a certain amount of time and this is what happened to them. That's that kind of show, like real stories, and they give you like a reconstruction, kind of like they have people that kind of show you the story as they're talking about it, if that makes sense. Like it makes like you're watching a show of it happening, but it's like a reenactment of what actually happened. Don't know if I'm making sense, but that's how they did it. The next one is a movie called Eli, about a little boy who, I think he was getting sent away or something. I don't know, it was like a haunting, like a supernatural movie or something like that, and it turned out he was the devil, and like the whole thing was a whole setup. I think I need to watch it again if it's still on Netflix, because I don't know, it was good. It had a whole bunch of twists and turns, but it was good. So next one I have is Jacob's Ladder. It's a movie, has Michael Ealy in it. That movie right there, I don't even know how to explain it. Like, this whole time you're going through the movie thinking that it was someone else's fault, that whatever happened in the movie happened because of this person, and Michael Ealy's character was supposed to be going after that person. And then when it's all said and done, it was Michael Ealy's character, aka Jacob, that was doing this whole thing. And I don't know, it's one of those like psychological movies, and if you're into those, do that. The next one I have is called Delirium. It was kind of like a pretty much all the stuff up here I watch is like supernatural, aliens, invasion, crime scene stuff. But anyways, the next one I have is Delirium. It's also been a little bit since I watched this movie, but it was also a really good one. It was someone deemed crazy. They always deem someone crazy and give them a ton of medication when they know what they're talking about. But anyways, he was on medication. He was in a psych ward, I believe, and he went back home to stay. And he was by himself, and a whole bunch of stuff happening, and he thought his parents had passed, but the whole time his mother was living under the house. The next movie I have is Clinical. Clinical is very similar to the Jacob's Ladder movie, except it was a woman and she was a psychiatrist, and at the end of the day needed to be seen by a psychiatrist. Long story short, that's pretty much what it is. It was also really good. She was thinking that she was helping people and, you know, getting them through situations when she ended up, you know, white walls, straitjacket. So that was a pretty good one as well. The next one I have is a show that one of my friends recommended to me, Ratchet, with Sarah Paulson. I haven't finished it. I don't even know how many seasons it is, but I watched a few episodes and it's definitely worth a watch. I just don't have the time to get back to it yet, but we'll probably definitely keep watching it. The next one I have is Project Power. I think this was the movie that had Jamie Foxx in it, if I'm not mistaken. And they had like these pills that you took, and if you took it, it gave you like a certain superpower. Like if you took it, you could maybe set stuff on fire, or if you took it, you could, I don't know, have super strength. I don't know, but you didn't know until you actually took it. It was to the point where if you took it, it could kill you. It could be so strong that it could kill you, but it gave you powers, and you could, you know, they went around doing that. And, you know, comes with every movie, probably with Jamie Foxx in it, comes a actual story behind it, so that was really good as well, and I like the way it went off. Next one I have is called Fatal Affair. It has Nia Long and Quincy from Love and Basketball. I don't know his name, but they had them two in there, and it was a really good movie. It almost put me in the mind of a Lifetime movie, but it wasn't. Like, I feel like that movie could have been straight Lifetime movie. If you watch Lifetime movies, I probably don't even have to tell you how it went, but it's called Fatal Affair. Lifetime movie to me, but it was really good. Definitely recommend. Next one I have is actually a Korean movie. It's called Alive or #Alive. I don't know. It was like a zombie apocalypse movie. A what? A zombie apocalypse movie. Get it right. A zombie apocalypse movie, and they pretty much had to survive. It was this guy, and they were in an apartment complex. It was this guy on one side, and it was this girl on the other side, and they were like the lone survivors, or at least they thought they were. And there were other survivors as well, but in that area, they were the only ones, and they had to, you know, try to get food to each other, water. They ran out of water. The power went out. Like, they had nothing, and they had to survive, which they did. Great movie. Definitely recommend it. It is Korean though, so if you watch it, subtitles. But I mean, I watch K-dramas and anime. Subtitles are nothing to me. But anyways, the next one I have are kind of a two-part thing. The first one is The Haunting of Hill House, and the second one is The Haunting of Bly Manor. I thought that it was going to be like The Haunting of Hill House season 1, season 2, but the first part was for The Haunting of Hill House. It gives maybe, I think both of them have about 8 episodes, and it goes through a haunting that happens at a mansion. Haunting of Hill House, there was a family that had stuff going on with them when they were kids, and in the show, it's present time when they're all adults, but they're still kind of fighting what happened to them in the past. And then on The Haunting of Bly Manor, It was also a family, but they were set back in time a little bit. I don't know what the time period, I think it was like the 80s. I think it was like the 80s, the 70s, 80s, maybe the 80s, I don't know. But they were just going on about what happened there and what happened, you know, previously before them. They were both really good. 10 out of 10. Highly recommend if you are interested in supernatural things. I definitely recommend that. The next one I have on my list is called Dark. There was 3 seasons to it, and not gonna lie, the first 2 seasons were it. I love the first 2 seasons. Like, they did their thing. They made you think. You were confused, but you were interested, you were intrigued, and you kept watching. The 3rd season, though, I don't know what they try to do, but they try to do too much in, you know, no time at all. I felt like they went completely left. First 2 seasons were fine. The second season, the third, you were already confused and halfway lost on the first 2 seasons, and they throw you into season 3 thinking that you were going to understand that as well. So I stopped watching season 3, but season 1 and 2 were fire. It's called Dark, but there was like some portal in the woods that they would go through, and they could come out from the same, it was like a cave. They could come out from the same cave, but be in 1983, 1950 something. So they were like going back and forth between times and changing stuff that happened in the past that changed the future. It was a lot, and like I said, it got me confused, but you were definitely interested. They definitely had you on the edge of your seat. Definitely recommend it. Just, I mean, you can watch season 3, but I stopped and kind of just letting it play and not really paying too much attention to it because they already had my brain hurting. Didn't have the mental capacity for season 3. Sorry. Next one I have is Cobra Kai. Next one I have is Cobra Kai. If you are a fan of all the Karate Kid movies, definitely watch Cobra Kai if you have not already. It is pretty much, you know, a reboot of Karate Kid, honestly. There's Johnny Lawrence has returned as his character. Daniel LaRusso has returned as his character. They're pretty much basing what's happening. It's like the present time pretty much for the Karate Kids. Present time, present day. They have kids. They're, you know, working, have normal jobs, have families, you know, pretty much went their separate ways, but it was really good. They come back to do karate and team up. There's lots of fights. Johnny's sensei, it comes back, unfortunately, in here. There's talk about Mr. Miyagi. Like, I really, 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 really love that show. I don't think I've watched no show faster than I watched Cobra Kai. Whew, waiting for that new season. Okay, the next one I have is a movie called 3 Days to Kill. I'm not too big on action movies, as you can tell from the list I have. I'm not too big on action movies, but I definitely love 3 Days to Kill. I don't know what it was about that movie, but he had 3 days to kill someone, you know, obviously from the title, and he made that work and also, you know, made it home for dinner with his daughter, getting his daughter ready for a dance, you know, being involved in her life and still like killing people on the low. Man, watch 3 Days to Kill. Watch 3 Days to Kill. All right, we're making our way down this list now, let me tell you. So the next one I have is called Somewhere Between. I definitely ran past this, scrolled by this on Netflix for a good while before I actually watched it. It took them to change the thumbnail for me to actually give it a try, to be honest. But Somewhere in Between, it has Paula Patton, but it was about her family, and her daughter ended up getting kidnapped and killed, and they found her body in some lake or something, and then she woke up, and then Paula Patton was her mother, obviously, and she woke up one morning after the fact, after she had, you know, after they had found her daughter's body and all that, she, you know, woke up one day and her daughter was in the house, and it had went back like a whole week before the whole incident occurred, and she was able to, you know, fix stuff that happened before that she didn't even think was happening. So she was able to fix that and save her daughter. That's pretty much it. It was a really good show. I don't remember how many episodes, but it was good. Alright, so we're down to the last 4 items on my list, and they are animes. There's probably more animes on Netflix that you can watch, but these are the only ones that I've watched and rewatched on Netflix, so I just have these. The first one I have is Erased. I watched Erased like twice already, all the way through. It's 12 episodes, just one season. That's all I needed because it was just too fire. But Erased anime is pretty much about a kidnapping that happened, and you know, it was about, the guy was like 27 or something, and it was something when he was in middle school where these girls had got kidnapped and killed, like when he was in middle school, and he has the ability to, for some reason, he has the ability to go back in time to change something. Like when the first episode came on, he was, you know, leaving his job and he was just going home, but he was like, something feels off here. And then he notices a little boy, like there was a car accident and a little boy got hit by it was a truck. It was like one of them semi trucks. It was a truck. The little boy got hit by a truck, and then he didn't know it though, but that's what happened, and it was an accident. And then he was like rewinded before it happened, and he was able to stop the driver from hitting the kid. The driver had died of a heart attack while driving, so that's why there was an accident. But it was really good, and he went back in time to his past when these girls went missing in his class, and they're living in the present. It was a really good show, and he was able to, you know, figure out who it was. I can't say it because, whoo, child. But anyways, that was a really good one. I might even watch it for a third time. I'm not even kidding. That was so good. The next one I have is called Haiku. It's a sports anime. It's about volleyball. Wasn't really into watching a sports anime, but I did watch a soccer one before. And I think I watched Yuri on Ice. Yeah, ice skating. So Haiku, I watched it. My friend, you know, pretty much begged me to watch it, and I did. I love Haiku. Hinata, Kageyama, they all squad. Asahi, I don't know, it's something about that teamwork vibe that all animes have, and I can't get enough. I loved it so much. But yeah, definitely highly recommend that. Next one I have, the same friend also recommended I watch, Psyche K. I love Psyche. Like, Psyche is all of us, I feel like. Especially like when it comes to our sarcastic part, Psyche is all of us. What he thinks, bruh, I get you. But yeah, definitely Haiku. And the last one I have on my list for today as far as Netflix recommendations is Naruto. I don't know how many times I've watched Naruto. I even rewatched it with a friend. You can't go wrong with Naruto. And when he was a kid anyway, the seasons when he was a kid before Shippuden, they're all on Netflix. And I think there are some Shippuden movies on Netflix that I have yet to watch, and also some when they were still little kids. But that is it for my Netflix recommendation list. Feel free, chat down below, tell me you guys' favorite movies, TV shows, animes. I'm always down for some recommendations. But that is it. If you got all the way to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching. I do really appreciate it. Be sure to comment down below your favorite movie, TV shows, and animes on Netflix. Leave a like on this video, subscribe to my channel for more content, and I will see you guys on my next video. Bye!